Who is she? This was the girl whose mother had Munchausen by proxy syndrome or whatever, and then eventually Gypsy Rose met a guy. The two of them had a plan to kill the mom. They did, and now Gypsy Rose is out. We talked about Gypsy Rose being released yet? We talked about her right before she was released. The internet's getting a little wacky with this situation though. Yeah, she's released. She's out. That TMZ headline. Gypsy Rose won't meet Taylor Swift at Chiefs game. Booted from state. What? What does that mean? Gypsy Rose Blanchard. No T-Swift chief meetup, parole officer says. She must leave state. Okay. Alright. I don't know why she'd be... I don't know why the Swifties want her at the Chiefs game. Is she a Chiefs fan or a Swiftie fan? I have no clue. All I know is the internet's getting real weird with Gypsy Rose here. So just let her live her life. She's finally free. Fun fact, Gypsy Rose's husband was actually my history teacher in high school before getting fired. He got fired when the board found out about Gypsy. Oh, really? Well, that's interesting. Was he a good teacher? I don't know anything about her husband. I don't have a clue. She's moving to your hometown. Nice. Make sure to bake her some cookies. Welcome her to the neighborhood. Who is she? This was the girl whose mother had Munchausen by proxy syndrome or whatever. And basically the mom kept making up illnesses for her daughter, getting her all of these surgeries and all of these medicines and basically ruining her life, poisoning her entire life. She never had any of the illnesses or anything. And then eventually Gypsy Rose met a guy. The two of them had a plan to kill the mom. They did, and now Gypsy Rose is out. The whole story's messed up. Well, it is, yeah. I believe at the time, like when the murder was committed, they said Gypsy Rose had like the mental age of like a 14-year-old or something. Because her mom had literally ruined her life and stunted all of her development and everything. It was tragic. It's a terrible situation. She didn't figure out what age she was until she got arrested. That is diabolical. I didn't remember that part. So why can't she see Taylor Swift? Brother, I don't know. I didn't read the TMZ article about why the parole officer said you have to leave Missouri. No, Gypsy wasn't the one that committed the murder. Her boyfriend was. Her boyfriend suffers from a mental disability. He never had his attorney present when the cops manipulated him into like this full confession that got him life. The whole situation's fucked. I've talked about this quite a bit. So, his name is Nicholas. He's in jail for life. She's out, and now she's married to a different guy. Nicholas really got the worst end of this bargain. Nicholas went to my high school. Did he? Damn. Yeah, there's a couple good documentaries about Gypsy Rose, and she's got a new one coming out in January. It's a huge story. He was a good teacher, sweet guy. They live in my hometown now, too, and a friend saw them shoe shopping recently. Well, that's good. Don't give any more attention to this serial killer. Huh? Who, Taylor Swift? What are you talking about? She's not if you're talking about Gypsy Rose, she's not a serial killer. She helped plot the murder of her evil mother. It's one of those crimes that a lot of people are sympathetic to because of how unbelievably evil the mother was. Serial killer means more than one person though, brother. Even if the mom was evil, it's not an excuse to plan a murder. She should have told someone. You should really read up on this case. Her mother was literally poisoning her and stunting her development. She had the mind of a child in the body of a 30-year-old woman. And no one would believe her over her mother. Her mother tortured her entire life and was heavily monitoring all of her activity. Like, I don't think she would have ever even had a chance to tell somebody. And I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, she tried. But the mom was able to manipulate her way out of it. It's not like that was the first choice. There was literally nothing else that she could do, and she had the mind of a child because of her mom. Again, it's not like this black and white thing. That's no excuse. So I'm curious then. This one's to you, Daniel. If you were, let's say you were Gypsy Rose, from the time you were born all the way till the time you were, I think, what was it, how old was she? 26, 25, whatever. And all you knew every single day was surgeries and misery, and you knew you were healthy, and you had to be in a wheelchair because your mother wouldn't let you walk around because she had to keep up the ruse. What would you do? Would you sit there and take it for your entire life? Because her mother was never going to stop. And she never was able to tell anyone despite trying. There was no way out. Constant monitoring, constant surveillance from the mother, constant torture. What are you supposed to do? Do you just live your whole life under her thumb, dying every single day because your mom keeps poisoning you? So you kill. I'm asking you, what will you do, Daniel? If you had that life, what would you do, Daniel? You can't just come back at me with a question of, so you kill. I'm asking you, what would you do if that was your life? Tell someone. She tried. Her mother weaseled her way out. And she also couldn't do that very easily because of the constant surveillance. Try to get someone's attention. And when that fails time and time again, what will you do? This just isn't black and white. That's what I'm trying to get you to recognize. So what would you do, Daniel? You can't tell anyone. I'm just saying I could never kill someone. So you will let yourself be tortured from the time you were born till the time you die from your mother's torture. I'm asking, is that what you would do? It's fine if it is, I'm just curious. It's not a black and white situation. Also, you wouldn't have the same mind you have right now because you would literally have the mind of a child. I did answer. No, you didn't. So your answer is you would let yourself go from the womb to the tomb, tortured daily. Your answer was more of a question back. Is that what you would do? He answered, you missed it? Oh, did I miss it? No, he just said it's impossible to say. That's not an answer. But now you're starting to recognize that it's not black and white, right? It's impossible to say what you would do because you can't even comprehend an existence like that. So you're starting to see why it's not so easy. Your answer is it's impossible to say. There's just no way of boiling this down to like this very simple, easy to digest, moral superiority. I could never do this, and anyone that does this is bad by definition. You can't do that in a case like this. The mother was incomprehensibly evil. And it's not like this was their first choice. Should we legalize anabolic steroids? I'd say probably not. We already got a big enough problem with the steroid usage as it is.